We called this segment Glory Days. In the early to mid-90s were certainly that for the Belvidere Bucks. They won back-to-back state championships in football in 1993 and 94. In 93, they won the 5A title by shutting out undefeated Bolingbrook 7-0. Junior halfback Aaron Latino, coming out of the wishbone, broke into the secondary for a 27-yard run on the Bucks' first drive of the game. Moments later, he scored on a 7-yard touchdown run. Who knew then that first quarter touchdown would be the only score of the game? The Bucks' dominant defense, led by linebacker Ron Barr, continued and contained Bolingbrook's vaunted running attack, led by quarterback Greg Williams and speedy running back Corey Day. Barr set a state record with 19 tackles that day. Other key players on that team included Miguel Magoo Martinez and Lou Martinez, Adam and Matt McClenton, and quarterback Jeff Gardner. The Bucks won the school's first state championship 7-0. In 1994, the Bucks played Morris for the Class 4A championship. The Bucks had only 3 returning starters on offense and only 3 on defense. One of those was Latino at halfback. He made a spectacular diving touchdown catch on the Bucks' first possession on a pass from quarterback Rob Reel. Fullback Jim Creighton had a big day, rushing for 154 yards and 3 touchdowns. And the defense, again, led by Ron Barr at linebacker, came up with another shutout, stopping Morris's heralded quarterback Quinn Schaefer. The Bucks won 28-0. Other key players on that Bucks team celebrating their second titles included Chuck Leonard, Yulberg, Brian Horkheimer, and Mark Winkles. Joining us now is the head coach of those two teams, Hall of Famer Vern Pottinger. And Coach, if I'm right, those two Belvidere teams were looked upon as underdogs around the state going into those 2 championship games. Is that right? And I'm sure you didn't believe that to be the case.
No, yeah, we were both years we were really considered big underdogs, but our teams got better usually as the year went along, so it wasn't surprising to us as coaches that we were capable to win.
It was no secret what you guys were going to do on offense. You were going to run the wishbone, keep the chains moving, and control the clock. Yet opposing defenses still struggled with your offense. What about the wishbone made it so hard to defend?
Well, you have to play really position football, and you can't gang tackle a lot because you don't know who's going to have the football, and so that makes it a little tougher. Plus, we were no huddle, and so we were coming at you pretty fast, and so there wasn't a lot of time to make changes and so on.
What's amazing is you guys not only won championships back-to-back, but you had a pretty significant turnover in your starting lineup from the one year to the next. You obviously had a few key starters back like Latino and Barr, but not many. Going into that second year, did you think you could reload and repeat?
No, we really didn't. We had about 12 kids that didn't play that second year that could have been some of them starters and so on, but for different reasons, ineligibility and whatever. The big one was Robbie Anderson, our little nose guard, was a wrestler, so he decided not to come out his senior year.
You know, Ron Barr was just amazing, and he was at his best in those big games. What type of energy, confidence, and inspiration did he bring to the teams?
Well, he just was such a natural. There were times, I know, when I would get upset with the coaches on defense because we weren't going to stunt a lot, and he would be making tackles in the backfield. And I would say to them, why are we stunting? And they'd say, we're not stunting. He's just reading the play and getting there that fast. He's just a very aggressive player.
You know, I watched both championships games again this week, and every camera shot they showed of you on the sidelines, you looked very calm. Was that because you'd been to state before in 1988 when you finished second? And so then you knew the environment, what it was going to be like?
Well, that really helped a lot. It helped our whole staff, I think. But for me, I always tried to stay calm on the outside because I had to think. If I got too emotional, then I was no good as a coach. And you know, with our no-huddle offense, I always had to be thinking ahead all the time, so I had to stay calm.
Coach, did you have any special pregame speeches that you delivered before those championship games?
No. I was one of those guys that was just felt like it was all very low-key and just we're going to do our best. You know, we've earned our way here, and we're just going to play the best we can. And we always felt like we were very well prepared.
Our thanks to Coach Pottinger for joining us. Pottinger is retired now and still living in Rice Lake, Wisconsin. I'll have more with Pottinger about his coaching career later at mystateline.com and on our YouTube channel. Coming up next, she is fast in cross country and she's quick with her answers to our questions. David gets to know Winnebago's Natalia Martino. Right now it's time for our overtime trivia question. What former Belvidere running back is the Nick 10's second all-time leading rusher? Well, the answer after the break.